Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the fight game. Today, we're going to be breaking down the upcoming fight, UFC 326, on March 7th between Max Blessed Holloway versus Charles Du Bronx Oliveira. This fight is happening on March 7th. I'm excited for it. It's going to be a great fight, Obviously, I think they fought 10 years ago, if I can remember. Max Holloway won, you know. Charles Oliveira claims he got injured, but I didn't see no injury, so we all know what happened. We all know he got tired and gave up. But, you know, um, ever since that, he's gotten better, and he's won a good fight, Even though he has like 11, he has like 11 lose streak, I believe. I think Max has like 4 or 5 losses, if I can remember. But yeah, but we all know Charles Oliveira has more losses. But I'm give you all my opinion on this fight. I'm excited for it. It's gonna be a great fight, a fun fight. And first, we're gonna get started with their resumes. Charles Oliveira has beaten the likes of Kevin Lee. Kevin Lee is not even in the UFC no more. He's beating Tony Ferguson, not in the UFC no more. And then he beat Michael Chandler. Michael Chandler, 2-6 in the UFC. I already gave you all my opinion on him. And then, he's beating Dustin Poirier. Personally, it was even though Oliveira won, pretty good win for him, but he was losing the fight. And I felt like he was cheating a bit because he was grabbing Dustin by his gloves, But, he still won the fight, and credit to him because Dustin Poirier is a tough fighter and a good fighter, And then after Dustin, he fought Justin Gaethje. I thought Justin Gaethje was going to win that as well because, I'm a big fan of Justin Gaethje, and I wanted him to win, but Charles just choked him out in 1 round. That was props, even though he missed weight for that fight. Props, though, for submitting a great fighter like Justin Gaethje. And then after that, you fought Islam, and then we all know what Islam did to you. Pretty much dominated you, submitted you, tapped you out, I was rooting for Islam anyways, that fight. And then he fought Beneil Dariush. I thought Beneil Dariush was going to win, but, Charles did really good, and he showed us all that he was back in title contention. And then after Beneil, he fought Arman Tsarukyan. People say it was a robbery and say it was too close of a fight. It was close of a fight, yeah, but I did think the only round I would give Charles was the first, and then second and third were definitely Arman round for sure. And Arman Tsarukyan in the UFC lightweight division is the dark horse in the division, and I think he's like the second best lightweight in the division behind Ilia Topuria. But anyways, then after that, Charles fought Michael Chandler. Michael Chandler, in the rematch, Michael Chandler's a complete washed-up bum, 2-6, in the UFC. Charles did win the 4 rounds. The only time when Michael won is when Michael caught him in the 5th round and then wobbled Charles and had him there, And then he started hitting him in the back of the head, even though, that was a coward move by Michael Chandler. But, he's dirty. I already talked about him. And then after Michael Chandler, he fought Ilia Topuria, and then Ilia Topuria knocked him out. I knew Ilia Topuria was going to win that fight because Ilia Topuria is one of the best in that division. He's honestly right now one of the best in the UFC. And then after Ilia Topuria, he fought Mateus Gamrot. Mateus Gamrot is not really a power puncher. He just wrestles all the time, and Charles did him easy. I knew Charles. I was actually knew Charles was gonna win. That I didn't say Gamrot was gonna win. I knew that was an easy fight for Charles Oliveira. And then now he's fighting Max Holloway. Max Holloway has beaten the likes of Justin Gaethje, Dustin Poirier. He's also beaten Jose Aldo twice, I believe. And he's also beaten Charles in their first fight. And he's beaten a lot of good fighters, Max Holloway. First, I'm going to get on his resume. When he fought Volkanovski, his first fight, he lost to Volk, And his first fight with Volkanovski, he lost. And then he had a rematch with Volk. He lost the second fight. But I personally thought he won the second fight. I thought he did. I thought he had the edge. And I thought he won 3 rounds of that fight. But, hey, it is what it is. He dropped Volk. I thought he won, And then after that, he fought Yair Rodriguez, and he dominated Yair. And then after that, he fought Volk again, lost. And then he fought Arnold Allen, pretty much dominated him from there. And then he fought Korean Zombie, knocked him out. And then after that, he fought who did he fight after that? Justin Gaethje. I thought Justin Gaethje was going to win that fight, ladies and gentlemen. I thought he had the power advantage over him. I thought he had the weight advantage over him. But Max Holloway surprised me, and, he knocked him out in the last 10 seconds. That was a great knockout, by the way, even though it was sad that he did it to Justin Gaethje because I wanted Justin Gaethje to win. But can't discredit that knockout because it was a really good shot he did. After that, he fought Ilia Topuria. As I said earlier, Ilia Topuria is a great fighter, but I thought Max Holloway was actually going to win that fight. I thought after his performance with Justin Gaethje, I thought he was going to, do very good against Ilia. And, he did do pretty good in the second round. And then the first round, Ilia won that. And then he got knocked out in the third round. And then after Ilia, he came back and fought Dustin Poirier in their trilogy. Even though Dustin Poirier beat him the first and second fight, the trilogy was a close fight, though, I will say. Because Dustin, in my opinion, did win 2 rounds. I thought Dustin won the second and fourth round. He dropped Max. Max dropped him, too. But, it was a great fight. Now Max is fighting Charles for the BMF belt. I also wanted to tell you all, Max Holloway also has a win over Brian Ortega. Forgot to add that in. He has a win over Brian Ortega as well. And even though Brian Ortega is a washed-up fighter now in his division, I do think Brian Ortega at the time was a very good fighter. He was undefeated when Max fought him, and Max took his L. But anyways, on to my prediction. My prediction is I think Max Holloway is going to win. I think he's going to win, y'all. I think he has a little bit the power advantage over Charles and the speed advantage. And Charles has been a little chinny his past couple fights. So has Max, but I feel like Charles has been more chinny because, Max was having success against Ilia Topuria, and Charles Oliveira wasn't really having any success, But I got my prediction here. I'm going to tell you all it. I think Max Holloway will win by a decision. But, that's my prediction for y'all. I hope it's a great fight. But I do got Max Holloway winning. But Charles Oliveira does have a chance. Because, with his grappling and his jiu-jitsu, he can choke out Max Holloway and possibly tap out Max Holloway. But we'll see. It's going to be a great fight. I think Max will win. Um, but anyways, hope you all enjoy my video and more to come. Fight game.